Hey everyone, in this video I walk you through the main script behind my root finder built using Python and Streamlit. The goal of this app is to provide an interactive and visual way to explore numerical methods for solving equations all in one modern interface. First, imports. First, we import the essential libraries: Streamlit for the web app UI, NumPy for numerical operations, and SymPy for parsing and differentiating user-defined functions. We also import all the individual's method modules like bisection, regula foci, Newton-Raphson, and so on from the methods folder. Next, page configuration and styling. We configure the Streamlit page with a title, wide layout, and a custom icon. We also inject some CSS styling to improve the look of buttons, containers, and sidebar inputs. Next, title section. Then, we display a center title and a brief subtitle describing the purpose of the dashboard. Next, sidebar input. On the left sidebar, users can enter a function in Python syntax, set the start and end of the interval, choose one or more numerical methods, and finally, click the Run Root Finding button. Next, help section. A collapsible help section gives user tips on how to format their functions and use the interface effectively. Main execution block. Now, here's the heart of the script. This block only runs when the Run button is clicked. We parse the input function using Simplify, convert it to a killable function using lambdify, and calculate the derivative if needed, for example in Newton-Raphson. Then, we define a dictionary that maps each method name to its title and corresponding function call. We loop through each selected method, run its UI function, display its result, and collect the roots found. Now, let's take a look at how the graphical method is implemented in our root finder. This method is all about visualizing, identifying where the function crosses the x-axis. Import section. First, we import the necessary libraries: NumPy for generating numerical ranges, Streamlit for our app interface, Pandas for tabular data display, Matplotlib and Seaborn for plotting the function and roots with a clean visual style. Function find graphical roots. This function is responsible for detecting approximate roots by scanning the function's value over a given interval. We use np.linspace to sample 1000 evenly spaced points in a specified range. We evaluate the function f at those points. Then, we loop through each pair of consecutive points. If the function value changes sign between them, we assume there's a root between them and take the midpoint as an approximation. We also check if the function value at a point is very close to 0, within a small tolerance, and treat that as a root too. Function graphical UI. This function builds the Streamlit interface for the graphical method. Root summary card. First, we display a summary box using custom HTML and CSS to show how many roots were detected and what their approximate values are. Sample table section. Next, we create a collapsible section using st.expander to show all the sampled points as a table, with gradient highlighting to make it more readable. Graph plot section. Then, we plot a function using matplotlib and style it with Seaborn. The function fx is drawn in blue. A horizontal line at y is equals to 0 helps visualize root crossings. For each detected root, we plot a colored dot, label it, and annotate its value. We use a color map, tab 10, to make each root visually distinct. Return value. Finally, the function returns the list of root approximation so the main program can display them or use them further. Wrap up. In summary, this code uses basic numerical sampling and sign checking to find roots, then provides both visual and tabular feedback in a clean, modern UI. It's simple, fast, and perfect for giving users an intuitive sense of where roots lie. In this part, we'll walk through how the incremental search method is implemented in our root finder. This method systematically scans the interval to detect sign changes in the function. Function incremental search. We begin with the core logic in the incremental search function. We loop from the start of the interval to the end, using small steps of delta x, which is 0.001 by default. At each step, we calculate fx at the current point and the next. If their product is negative, it means there's a sign change, and likely a root between them. We store the midpoint as an approximate root and mark that step with a root detected remark. Return values. The function returns two things. First, a list of detected routes. Second, a table of all steps taken during the search, with information for every interval scanned. UI function, incremental UI. This function builds the user interface for the method using Streamlit. Root summary card. At the top, we show a summary card styled HTML and CSS. It displays how many routes were found, the value of delta x used, and the interval search. Step table with highlights. Next, under an expandable section, we display a detailed table of all iteration using pandas. Rows where a route is detected are highlighted in green, making it easy to spot key points. Graph plot section. Finally, we visualize the function using matplotlib. The function is drawn in green. A dashed line shows the x-axis. Detected routes are marked as colored point with their coordinates labeled. At the end, the function returns the route so they can be used elsewhere in the app. This method is simple yet effective for scanning wide intervals, and the combination of table and plot provides both numeric and visual insight into how routes are found. In this part, we'll explore how the bisection method is implemented in our route finding using Streamlit. Function bisection method. We start with the core function bisection method, which applies the classical bisection algorithm within a given interval. It checks if the function changes sign between a and b. Then it repeatedly halves the interval and selects the subinterval where the sign change occurs. If the midpoint is close enough to a root, it records it. Every iteration's data is stored in a table. Function bisection on routes. This function allows us to find multiple routes in a wide interval. It divides the full range into smaller chunks using a fixed step size. Each subinterval is checked. If there's a sign change, it calls the bisection method to narrow down the route. Routes are stored uniquely, and all iterations across all intervals are collected into one table. Bisection UI. This bisection UI function builds the visual interface. As route summary card. A summary card at the top shows the interval search, step size, and tolerance used, and all routes found nicely formatted. Bisection table. Next, we show a detailed iteration table using pandas. Each row includes current bounds, midpoints, function values, and remarks. Detected routes are highlighted in green for visibility. Function plot. Finally, we plot the function. The curve is shown in blue. The x-axis is marked with a dashed line. All detected routes are marked and labeled. The bisection method is robust and reliable. This implementation helps detect all routes in a user-defined interval, and the combination of a rich table and plot makes the process fully transparent. In this part, we're diving into how the Regula Falsi method or false position method is implemented in our interactive route finding app. Function Regula Falsi method. We start with the core logic inside Regula Falsi method, which operates on a single bracket, a and b. It first checks that there's a sign change in the interval. This is required for a route to exist. Then it applies the Regula Falsi formula to estimate the route. C is equals to b minus f b times b minus a divided by f b minus fa. On each iteration, we evaluate the function at key points, compute the approximate relative error, store everything in a table including the product fa times fc to track subinterval decisions. If the function value at c is close to 0 or the error adapts below tolerance, we stop. Function Regula Falsi all routes. To find multiple routes, we use Regula Falsi all routes. This slices the entire range into smaller subintervals using a fixed step. Each subinterval is passed into Regula Falsi method if there's a sign change or a near zero value at the endpoint. All unique routes and iteration data are collected across brackets. Regula Falsi UI. Now the Regula Falsi UI function creates the Streamlit interface. Route summary card. At the top, a clean summary card displays the full interval search, step size used, tolerance level for convergence. Route table. Below that, we list the approximate route values found with automatic rounding for readability. Full iteration table. The expandable section reveals the full table of iteration. Each row includes the bracket number, iteration, bounds, current route estimate, function values, and error. If a route was found at a boundary, we skip the iteration loop and mention it. Function plot. Lastly, the function plot visualizes the curve of fx in green, the dashed line at y is equals to 0, mark and label routes for easy identification. The Regula Falsi method is a powerful and efficient alternative to bisection, especially when convergence needs to be faster. This interface allows us to explore it interactively with full transparency. Let's walk through how the Newton-Raphson method is implemented and visualized in our root finding web application. Function Newton-Raphson method, we begin with the core logic in Newton-Raphson method, which finds a single root starting from initial guess x0. On each iteration, it evaluates the function fx and its derivative f prime of x. Then it updates the guess using the Newton-Raphson formula. X1 equals to x0 minus. We also calculate the approximate relative error to track convergence. Iteration data is stored for later analysis, and the process stops when the error is below the given tolerance. Function Newton-Raphson all roots. To explore multiple possible roots, Newton-Raphson all roots sweep a range of initial guesses with spacing defined by step. For each guess, it runs the core method and collects both the roots and all iterations. It ensures each root is unique by checking against previously found roots within the tolerance. Function UI Newton-Raphson UI. Now let's look at how the results are presented in the app. Root summary card. A beautiful summary card displays the range of initial guesses used, the step size and tolerance, and a clean summary of the roots found. Iteration table. Next, users can expand the Newton-Raphson iteration table to view. Each iteration details the starting value x0, fx0, f prime x0, updated guess x1, and error. Each row is tagged with the original initial guess used. Function plot. Finally, a dynamic graph plots the function over the given interval. The function curve is shown in blue. The x-axis is marked with a dash 0 line, and each detected root is shown with a marker and label. This helps user visualize, verify where roots occur in the curve. Newton-Raphson is fast and efficient, especially when you have a good initial guess. This UI not only automates the process, but also gives full transparency into how it works. Lastly, the second method. Function second method. A core logic lies in second method. This algorithm estimates a root of a function by iteratively connecting 2 points, x0, fx0, and x1, fx1, then finding where the second line intersects the x-axis. The formula used is x2 is equals to x1 minus fx1 times x1 minus x0 over fx1 minus fx0. We track the error between iterations and stop when it drops below a defined tolerance. Each step is recorded for a detailed iteration table. Function second all roots. To search for multiple roots, the second all roots function scans through a range of initial guess pair across the interval, runs the second method on each pair, filters out near duplicate roots using the tolerance, collect all iteration data for visualization. Second UI. Now let's walk through the interactive UI in second UI. The method configuration panel. The user can adjust the step size used to generate initial guess pairs. This controls how densely the algorithm scans the interval. A summary panel shows the current interval, step size, and tolerance value. Root output table. If roots are found, a table lists each one with its approximate value. This gives a quick overview before diving into the iterations. Iteration table. Expandable iteration table provides full transparency. Each row shows the initial guess pair, iteration number, value of x0, x0, x1, their function values, the next guess x2, and the relative error. This helps verify convergence behavior. Plotting the roots. A function plot displays the curve of fx over the interval. The function is shown in blue, and dashed gray line marks the x-axis. Each detected root is plotted, and labeled in a different color. This visualized confirmation helps ensure results are valid. The second method is a powerful technique with derivatives are unavailable. It's faster than bisection and doesn't require the derivative like Newton-Raphson. With this app, users get a complete view from method logic to root detection and full iteration traceability. That's all, and thank you.